I don't believe this video found you by coincidence, because I don't believe in coincidences at all. I set the intention and prayed to God, to Jesus, to the Holy Spirit, that this message.
They built a system to keep you small. They created rules to make sure you would lose. They watched, they waited, they smiled, expecting you to fall in line like everyone else. But you didn't somehow. You kept moving. Somehow you kept winning. And now they don't know what to do with you. You broke their system, and they can't stand it. You weren't supposed to win like this. Stay with me, because I'm about to show you why. That scares them more than you realize. Watch this video till the end, subscribe. And like this will change the way you see your own fight. They told you the rules were permanent. They made you believe that this was how life had to be. Stay in line. Move like this. Think like that. They told you where you're allowed to go, how much you're allowed to want, and exactly when you should give up. And you followed, not because you were weak, but because you didn't know there was a choice. You've been carrying these invisible chains for so long, you forgot they were ever put on you. You've been moving inside walls that don't even exist. They didn't build those walls with bricks. They built them inside your head. They trained you to believe that some doors will never open, that some levels are not meant for you, that if you even try, the world will laugh, the system will reject you, and you'll lose. But what if you've been living inside a lie? What if most of these rules are nothing but stories? They told you not to cross the line. But did you ever check if the line was actually real? That's where everything begins to collapse. The moment you step closer, the moment you push, the moment you realize nothing is stopping you except the belief that you can't. That's when you see it. The walls aren't made of stone. They're made of fear. And when you walk through them, not around, not over, but straight through, you don't just break the system. You break the version of yourself that thought you needed permission. They don't always come to break you in one brutal moment that would be too loud, too obvious. No, they prefer something else. They want you to lose slowly, quietly, piece by piece. It starts when they convince you to settle. Maybe just this once. Maybe just for now, they pull back your hunger, just enough to make you think you're still in control. They take little things from you, your edge, your time, your questions. They wear you down until you don't even realize what you've stopped chasing. They don't need to destroy you. They just need you to stop moving forward. They want you to shrink so gradually that you don't notice you've stepped out of your own life. That's how they win. That's how they keep you in place. But then something happens. You start to win. Not slowly, not safely, but hard. You start to climb where they never expected you to go. And suddenly, you're not part of their system anymore. You've become the piece. They can't predict the one they can't control. That's when you see the shift. They stop ignoring you. They stop pretending you're invisible. You become the problem, the one who moved too far, too fast. And they can't afford people like you. Because when you break free, you don't just free yourself. You show everyone else that they can walk out too. That's why they wanted you to lose quietly. Because loud winners wake the others up. They didn't build the system to make you strong. They didn't design it to let you through. You were supposed to stay trapped in the pattern working, bending, obeying, losing. They made the walls high enough so you'd stop looking for a way out. They made the rules tight enough so you'd think they couldn't be broken. But then you did something they didn't expect. You started to win. And not just small, quiet wins, the kind they can dismiss. No, you started winning outside of what they allowed. You moved in ways they couldn't track. You climbed where they didn't leave ladders. You crossed lines they swore were locked. And the system doesn't like that. Because when you win like that, you don't just succeed. You reveal the weakness in their entire structure. You prove it's not unbreakable. You prove it's not real control. And that's what terrifies them. Not that you're strong, but that their illusion is fragile. That's why they react. That's why they chase you. That's why they investigate, because the moment you walk through the walls they built for you, you don't just tear them down for yourself. You expose them to everyone else who's still trapped inside, and they can't afford too many people like you. Because when you break their system, you don't just win, you burn the map. They forced everyone else to follow you. Think winning will feel good. You think when you break through, when you rise, when you finally escape what they have built for you, it will feel like freedom. But nobody tells you what you have to trade for it. Because the moment you start moving where they can't follow you, begin to lose the things you thought you'd always have. Comfort disappears first, that safe, predictable space where life felt small but manageable. It's gone. There's no safety net. You outgrow the places they built to trap you. Then comes the silence. People step back, some watch you from a distance. Some pretend you were never part of them when you refuse to shrink. You make others uncomfortable with how far you're willing to go, and they don't always go with you. You will find yourself walking alone, not because you want to, but because the road you've chosen doesn't have enough space for the crowd that needed you to stay the same. There's no applause on this path. There's no comfort waiting at the next corner. You will carry the weight by yourself. You will question if it's worth it when everything familiar fades. But when you stand in that silence, when you breathe in that raw space where you are fully you, without permission, without limits, you realize something. It's not safety you were searching for. It was freedom, and freedom was never supposed to feel safe. They were never afraid of you when you followed the script, when you did what they expected, when you stayed where they could see you. You were easy to manage. You moved inside the pattern they built. You stayed in the story they wrote for you. And they were comfortable because they knew exactly what you would do next. But the moment you step outside, what they can track the moment you stop being predictable, everything changes. They aren't ready for that. They don't know what to do with someone who refuses to move the way they planned. The system is built on routines, on patterns, on people who repeat what they're told, and wait for permission to change when you walk away from that. When you start moving with your own rhythm, you make the system nervous because now you are the unknown. You are not part of the formula anymore. And what they can't predict, they can't control, that's what shakes them. Not that you're rebellious, not that you're loud. It's that they can't figure out where you're going next. You force them into panic, not because you broke their rule, but because you made the rule irrelevant. The most dangerous move you ever make is when you stop living in the direction they gave you, when you start making choices that don't make sense to them, when you start moving like someone who doesn't need their map. That's what they fear. Not you. They fear that you've become too free for them to understand. You thought you broke it. You thought when you stepped out, when you pushed past their limits, it was over. But the system doesn't collapse that easily. It doesn't give up. It reshapes itself. It rebuilds around you. It moves fast, faster than you expect, changing its face, adjusting its grip, rewriting the game while you're still playing it. It won't come back as the same wall you broke through. It will show up in new forms. It will shift into people who sound like safety. It will come as opportunities that are built to slow you down. It will wear different clothes, speak in softer voices, but it's still the system. It's still working to cage you. It doesn't want to destroy you. It wants to recapture you. It wants you back inside its control, moving in patterns that it understands, living in shapes that it designed. And if you're not paying attention, you'll mistake it for progress. You'll think you've gone forward, but you'll be trapped again. This time in something that looks just a little bit different. But there's something the system can never fix. It's always chasing you, always reacting. It can't lead. It can only rebuild what you've already broken. And in that, you'll always be ahead of it. When you stay awake, when you keep moving with your own mind, you'll see it for what it is, a machine that's always just one step behind you. It keeps changing to stop you. And that's exactly how you know you're still winning. You don't need to shout, you don't need to explain, you don't need to fight for a seat at their table or beg them to see you. They've already seen you. They're already watching. They're already calculating whether you're the kind of person who will stop when you're ignored, when you're rejected, when you're invisible. But here's the thing. They never expect that you will keep moving. Anyway, quietly, consistently, without asking, without waiting, without needing to be seen, they expect noise. They expect a fight. But when you just keep going, when you walk straight through their walls, past their limits, beyond their permission, that's when you become something they can't stop. Because the system is built to handle resistance. It's ready for those who push back loudly. It has answers for those who want attention, but it's not ready for the ones who walk on without needing the world's approval. It's not ready for the ones who aren't performing for anyone. You don't have to prove anything, not to them, not to anyone. You don't have to win on their stage to know. You've already broken through. Your power isn't in the noise you make. It's in the weight of your steps. It's in the fact that you're still here, still moving, still building without permission, without apology. And this much for